Well, today, while setting some 6x6 posts in some concrete with my grandpa, he was talking to me about his philosophy that the hardest part of any project is getting started. So in light of that, I took some inspiration and started on the fuel injection swap onto my 1968 Volkswagen double cab. I've got this new 2-liter motor with the electronic fuel injection on it, and pulling out the old carbureted motor, sticking this thing in. Gonna see if we can get it all wired up and running and driving. So yeah, let's see if we can't make something happen.
Alright folks, this is it. This is me. This is my my bus. I don't know if you heard, but that was my cat. She just meowed. But yeah, this is the whatever you call it, bus, truck, van thing. It's a 68 Volkswagen double cab that I picked up kind of on a whim sometime over the summer. You may remember a few months ago I made a video on this thing. It had been sitting for quite a while, can't remember how many years, but several years, and it's been off the road for some time. It's got, currently, as you watch it right now, it has a 2-liter Type 4 bus engine, which is from a later bus, and it does run and move under its own power, but it's got a pretty nasty knock. Anyways, we are going to remedy that engine knock by removing the engine and putting in a different one. So I picked up another motor I found on Marketplace. It's another Type 4 engine out of a later bus, but this one is fuel injected, and it has all the original FI stuff on it, and supposedly if Vincent from Marketplace was truthful, it should run pretty good. So we'll see. It's still got the computer and bits and bobs of wires here and there, and I'm going to see if I can't figure it out and make something happen. So yeah. Now, I know you don't have to pull the wheels off to do this, but the tires are not any good, and I got to go through the brakes anyways, so that's what I'm doing here. So I'm not very familiar with these old V-dubs. I'm more of a Corvair guy myself. This is the first Volkswagen I've ever owned, but I've really grown to appreciate the simplicity on these things. I mean, it took me like 30 minutes to hold the engine out. I think there's only 8 bolts that hold it in, so that was kind of neat. It's a neat thing to work on. It is very rusty. Probably the rustiest car I've ever owned. It doesn't really look like it on camera, but this thing is rusty and crusty. So it needs a lot of work, but maybe over the next few videos you'll see me just get it back on the road at least. It's not going to be a full restoration, but it's going to keep it from getting scrapped or just rotting in somebody's field somewhere. So we'll see what we can do with it. Right about now, yeah, I figured out that apron came off on the back that covered the engine lid. I was pretty stoked that came out. And I got the old trusty transmission jack in there to pull that pancake engine. Sure works great for that kind of job. Give it a few yanks and there it goes. That's all there is to it. I think if it was me and somebody else, we'd probably just bench press that thing out of there. It's so easy. But yeah, there it is. There it goes. There it was, I guess. Check that out. Never seen a car with a completely glass float bulb. You can see a float in there and a fuel level. Pretty cool. Well, everybody, I'm gonna call it for the night. Got the old engine out, the new one's there, old one over there somewhere. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get the engine from that area to somewhere in this area. And then we've got a whole bunch of relays, wires, plugs, and all kinds of good stuff to figure out. There's an ancient computer there, more wires, some more wires. And to make it better, this thing has a pretty sweet collection of wires under the dash. Somebody over the last 57, 56 odd years, somebody with an 8th grade education has gone and rewired the whole thing. So we got that to figure out, but that's gonna be tomorrow's problem, because right now I'm gonna go try and find some Chinese food, and I'm gonna think about all this stuff and figure it out in the morning. So we'll see you then. Well, everybody, from this point in the video on, you're going to notice me steadily lose enthusiasm for the project and overall zest for life as I discover the countless multitude of electrical sins that have been committed in this vehicle. It's just astonishing somebody would do this, and it's even more astonishing that this thing has not burned to the ground yet in the last several decades. I would like to make it known that I officially regret buying this Volkswagen. I'm about an hour into dissecting and probing all this wiring, and of all the vehicles I've owned, I have never seen wiring so bad. So far, after an hour, I've removed this much, and this is wiring that wasn't hooked up to anything. It was just either loose wires, disconnected on both ends, or half of it was connected to power and just dangling in there. I'm still left with all this garbage in here, and there's no electrical connectors. Everything is just twisted together and wrapped in electrical tape, so that's pretty sweet. I've already gone ahead and cut out all the wiring for the dash because it was just too bad. I mean, there's stuff spliced into the original harness, and then about a dozen wires just running underneath this thing loosely. And, there's the original harness back here, and all kinds of stuff spliced in, and just stuff everywhere. Brake lights are run with speaker wire. So, I think at this point, it's not even worth it to try and salvage anything that's here. I think I'm just gonna be stripping out all the wiring, at least everything that's not stock, and figuring it all out myself, since I gotta wire up the fuel injection anyways. So I guess I'm gonna be doing that, and we'll see how long that takes. It's certainly gonna take a while to get it all going again, but I think it's gonna be better off for it. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. All right, everybody. All the wiring is stripped out. You can see the back. It's all stripped except for what's left of the original harness, which is basically just some lights for the tail lights and ignition and starter. So we got that. This is all the wiring I took out in total. There was a power inverter in there, so that's kind of a score. And then up here, it's stripped back to just the original stuff, which is not much left. But I'm slowly figuring out where everything goes. Got my wiring diagram from 1968. And I've got a new fuse box coming in the mail sometime today. So hopefully I'm going to get this thing wired up today and get that engine back in. So that's where we're at, everybody. And this is where I decided I don't want bumper brackets anymore. So there they go. And I also decided to pull the taillights out and buy some new ones. So there's that. Alright, party people. I've officially spent 2 days cleaning up this mess of a wiring disaster. But I've officially got it all figured out, hopefully. So I got all the wires cleaned up and labeled and patched there, and I've rewired all the lights on the front, and so that's all good to go. And I've made a new harness for the rear, so that's all good to go. And I've got my taillight wires stubbed out and everything I hope I'm gonna need for the fuel injection swap. David, if you're watching this, if you remember that trailer that you redid years ago, these are all the wires from that. Good thing I saved them. And I got some fancy LED lights here, and I ordered 4-inch lights because that's a 4-inch hole, and for whatever reason they don't fit, so I'm gonna have to enlarge the hole, which I'm not worried about because this is all custom anyways. It's not factory lights. So, and I just got the fuse box in as well. Look at that, it's one of the fancy ones. It's even got lights that will light up when the fuse blows. I'll tell you which one it is. So I'm gonna mount it right here where the old fuse box was. You'll notice on this side there's a hole, so I cut out some pieces of wood, and I'm gonna put a piece of wood on each side of that fresh air box, because that's gonna clean it up. When the interior panel is in here, it's gonna go around that, and you're gonna be able to see the wood. That'll look a little nicer than the chopped metal, and it'll give me a nice spot to mount this to, like that, and be able to label things and all that stuff. So I am gonna put that in there, and you guys are gonna watch, and we'll see how it works. Alright, before you rush to the comments, don't judge me for the plywood. I promise when the rest of the interior is in, it's going to make sense and it's going to look great. And there will be a future video when I decide to redo the interior on this thing. So look forward to that. It will be on a budget as well, so should be pretty exciting. Speaking of being on a budget, believe it or not, I actually rewired this whole bus, and I didn't spend a dime on any wire. I have this box in my hangar with various lengths of wire that I've been collecting for years. In between that and all the wire I salvaged from this thing, I was able to make do and kind of piece it all together. So wasn't too bad, just a whole lot of work. But didn't cost that much money, which is always good. That fuse box is like 15 bucks on Amazon, so can't really beat that. And the bus is going to be much better off with a custom built Joe special wiring harness. So fingers crossed we don't burn anything down. I think we should be all right. Here's me cutting out the hole for the taillight with an incredibly dull jigsaw blade, and it's just not working, not cutting very good. And right about now I realized I probably have a new blade someplace, and I found it, and now it just cuts through like butter. So there you go. Online it said they were 4-inch lights, but they were really about 4 1/4, so that's why that had to happen. But you know, when life gives you bigger taillights, you cut a bigger hole. I got the headlights all wired up, and those look sweet. And there's the taillights. Really happy with how that came out. And here's a final look at my fancy wiring job. I've got it wired up just enough to proceed forward with the engine swap. So I still need to wire up the dashboard, but I got all the pigtails there, and I got to do wipers and turn signals, or the turn signal switch. But that's all I'm going to do for now, because I need to make sure that this engine is going to run before I start putting much more into this thing. So yeah, now that the wiring is safe, we'll call it, I could proceed with the engine swap. But unfortunately, like Doc Brown's license plate in Back to the Future, I am out of time. So with that, I will leave you with the clip of me sweeping the shop floor, and we'll leave you with this nugget of wisdom here that I had this vehicle sitting in my driveway for months, probably, I don't know, 5-6 months or something, and the engine sitting on the back of it for another 2 months or whatever, just looking at it and waiting to do it. And now that I've started it, just bringing it in the shop, putting it on jack stands, and pulling the wheels off. You do that, and then the next part of the project isn't so bad. And then you pull the engine, and that wasn't so bad. So then you start on the wiring, and that's really not all that bad either. It's one of those things, once you get organized and kind of get in the flow, it's really kind of a satisfying project. So if you've got a similar project that's just sitting there staring at you, just get out there and go start it and see what happens. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. That's going to be it for this video. But as always, let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think of this whole voiceover deal. It's kind of a new video style that I'm trying. And if you guys like it, I'll keep up with it. And if not, I'll just go back to the regular music kind of deal. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. It's been real, and we'll see you in the next one.